So, hi everybody. Nice to see you again. A couple of days more before starting the courses in different countries. And we start with the same wave as usual by having this guided meditation, non-doing meditation, and the activation for those who has a video on. So we sit here comfortably and just close our eyes. Just landing on this time and this spot here. That's what is here now. This new, fresh moment, which has never been here before, in this exactly this way. And just leave it alone. No opinions that it should be in a certain way. Not pushing anything away. Just allow things to come and go as they are already doing. Noticing this coming and going of different kinds of phenomena arising within us, which we usually have labels on. We call it experiences, sounds, notions, body sensations, thoughts, whatever. We just allow this moment to be as it already is. I'm not interested in anything specific and doing absolutely nothing. We can take 1 or 2 minutes to come out of meditation. So we notice that some of you report changes in thinking, and that is a very good sign. When we notice changes in our thinking, we use thinking, of course, in order to survive. Without the thinking, we will not survive. The thinking is helping the body to survive, to navigate in this world. And when we are using these kind of tools, when we're using the meditation, activation, and the question of the beliefs about ourselves, the negative beliefs about ourselves especially, then it's a change in thinking happens by itself. We notice how the negative thinking is getting less. Negative thinking about this person, negative thinking about the future, negative thinking about this present moment. It's losing its power more and more. It's a very good sign. Actually, the thinking starts to become less generally. And I remember that Eckhart Tolle, when he got it, he was a little bit shocked, to say the least. What has happened here? And it took some years, actually, for him to, what has happened? And then he finally, eventually met a Zen Buddhist teacher who said, among other things, he said, enlightenment is no thinking. Then it struck him, Eckhart. Ah, this is what has happened here. The thinking is, to use a figure, 80% less than before. The whole psychological thinking is gone. There's no me to think about, having negative beliefs about it. There's no philosophical ideas that I'm not worthy and so on, and this soul is not mature enough. All the philosophical thinking was gone. What was left was a practical thinking. And if we don't need any practical thinking in the moment, it's quite silent, I would say. It can be for some time. I remember satsang with Nisargadatta Maharaj, and he said, now we have been sitting here, no thinking for 2 hours. Some madness, right? But when the thinking is needed in order to survive for the body, the thinking is coming by itself. Practical thoughts are just arising because something needs to be done. Some needs to be fulfilled. And of course, creative thoughts, because we don't want to sit in the cave the whole life, right? That is just half cooked, half life. So of course, the creative thoughts are coming by themselves. not by us. And of course, there is not any possibility to live and to sit outside the cave even without thinking. Because thinking is creating the story. At every moment, there is an interpretation by the thinking mind. Now I am listening to Christer talking on Zoom. Maybe you don't think so much practical or creative. You don't have any negative thoughts about yourself, but still the thinking mind is active. But it's so automatically trained. We don't think about it. We don't notice it. That actually the whole story is created by thinking. Without the thinking, there will be no story. So there is an interpretation just now of this moment. That is, of course, interpretation by thinking. So the enemy is not, the thinking is not an enemy at all. It's a beautiful tool for practical and creative purposes and to explain, to express facts and to interpret what is happening from moment to moment. And even enjoyment is increased by thinking. Oh, what a beautiful flower. Yeah, you could say that you are destroying a little bit of the sense of seeing the flower, but you can also add it to it. Comparing with other experiences. So the thinking mind is very deep and broad in its functioning. It's not an enemy at all. It's only when the psychological thinking comes in, something wrong with me, or I'm not worth your happiness or something, or the protest of the future, or protest of the present moment and the worry about the future. And I have to fix. It's only when these kind of thoughts coming in. It's nothing to do with reality, actually. Then there's suffering and struggling. And we don't see this beautiful freedom place which is underlying it, which is there hiding beyond that filter. So when I hear this report from you, that the thinking is changing, having less negative power, it's a very good sign actually. And you don't have to worry, the thinking will not stop forever. It's just part of life. It's a beautiful part of life. It's a beautiful tool. So it's getting more and more free. The freedom is showing more and more of its aspects. And as you know by now, the activation is also developing for some reason. You don't ask me. It's developing by itself. Activation has been based on the freedom, on the silence first. When it came 1 year ago, it was to let you see the silence aspect of your being, the untouched piece of your being. Then it went into seeing the oneness of your being. And then it went to show you the love aspect of your being. Do you want more? Should we have some more aspects? Yeah. so, so some bird has been whispering in my ear that tomorrow I'm going to introduce another aspect of your being, bliss. What is life without enjoying? Hmm? So we will focus on the bliss aspect tomorrow. It's not my choice. It just happens this way. Anyone have any questions around this? Any comments or protests? It's not about reaching a quiet mind. That is a big misunderstanding. It's about not having thinking thoughts grabbing attention during meditation. I'm talking about non-doing meditation now. It's not about reaching a quiet mind. What? So quiet mind is here. So what? Huh? So what next? Huh? So all the techniques that is produced has been created to create a quiet mind. It's not useful actually. That's not the point. The point is to not be grabbed by it. Trying to stop the thinking is very stressful. Big burden. Becomes a practice, becomes a job. We're not working here. We're discovering what is already the case. It's not about going from A to B. You don't have to do anything. Just getting still and see what is here then. Sorry, I started to joke again. Now I will be open. Yes, I have any questions or comments.
Hi,
Hi,
Chris.
Chris.
Hello, Kushik. Nice to see
Yeah.
you.
So I have a question from something you spoke yesterday. You spoke about protesting against the present moment.
Yes.
Yeah, so I have something to share about that. It's when that happened, that's the case here, and it, it's not that it's not only there is a problem against the there is a problem in the present moment, but simultaneously arises the I, that I need to fix this problem. The fixer I arises
Mm.
along with.
Yes.
That I need to intervene and do something about it.
Yeah,
If
and is it possible to do that in the present moment because it's already here? It's too late, right, to fix. I know what you mean. The me as a fix is it's very common, of course. The protest can come in a form of expressed as the idea, I have to fix this. That is one expression of this protest, but it's coming too late. If the idea I have to fix this is about the future, then it's not any big problem about the present moment, really. It's not a protest about the present moment. It can be two options here, two scenarios, right? If the idea is I have to fix this and it's a protest against the present moment, then that is the case that we talked about yesterday. But it can also be at the idea I have to fix this in the next moment, right? And that is another subject, so to speak, which is called, of course, can come in that situation. And then that in itself is a new struggle. Not only is a protest that they shouldn't be like this. The next step is I have to fix it also. It's a double struggle, right? And if that is the case, if we have an idea about ourselves that I have to fix this, that in itself can be a main obstacle for not seeing the awakened state which is hiding behind. So if you have that problem, it's a good point to bring up here, Kushik. If you have this regularly rising in your daily life, I have to fix it. Well, the suggestion is, because it's not so easy to make a general instruction to cope with these things. because everyone is unique here, and I have to fix it can be expressed in so many ways, uniquely for the person. Each person has its own version. So the suggestion is, as you know by now, having an individual session and or going to a course when we are looking at it in much detail. But it is a very good point that it is not only a protest, but this protest in itself leads to another negative idea. It's not only that it is a problem here. I don't like this moment. Can I please have another one? It's not only the protest of this questioning of what is actually already the case, which is totally meaningless, of course, but it also creates a new thought. I have to fix this. So it's a good insight to see that even if I don't protest so much about the moment, but there is still some struggle in it because another thought is coming. And that can be expressed in two ways. I have to fix it with the emotions involved. No, it's just a practical thing, a practical source coming, manifesting itself in action. Or it can be in the version we talk about here. I have to fix it. The burden on their shoulders that there is a me here who has to fix life again and again and again. While the truth is, there is no fixer at all. Has never been. But to talk about it doesn't help so much. It has to be seen. That is why we're using this tool that we are using, which are uniquely tailor-made for each individual. Do you want to? It's a very good point that you see that there's not only one. I'm making it simple by saying it's one thing, but it's actually more complicated than that, of course, as you expressed here. You want to say something more, Kushik? No? Okay.
No, that's it. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
So there is a question here if we can start 1 hour earlier tomorrow, but I have to say that we can't do that. The schedule is totally around these group sessions, and I have meetings, individual sessions before and after. The whole day is filled, so we will meet the same time tomorrow. And it's also good to have the same time all the time, because then people know that it is 5 p.m. CET, Central European Time, always. No? It's just a question, the answer to Roman here. Someone else having something? So see you with bliss tomorrow then. Maybe not bliss in the beginning of the session, but bliss at the end of the session, hopefully. Okay. Thank you very much for today. See you tomorrow.